It's been a little bit since I've been able to provide a positive story or positive update on a story that I've been covering, and this is a story that I have been following for the better part of the last year. Tyler Barriss, the California man accused of swatting a Wichita man and ended up killing him, has pled guilty to over 50 counts at the federal level. Now, he's going to be doing quite a bit of time, at least 20 years, could be out in 17 at the earliest for good behavior. He's going to do this in federal pound me in the ass prison, and I am completely okay with that. You don't get to swat people. He's not the only one who swats, obviously, but he's the biggest name because he bragged about this to Keemstar on the day it happened. He went on Drama Alert and he laughed about the fact that he had done this. And when Keemstar said, "Aren't you a little worried that you might be in trouble, that they might come and arrest you for this?" He said, "No, I didn't do anything wrong." And that's not true. He led to the death of an innocent man. And Tyler Barriss didn't care at that point, and I guarantee he doesn't care now. Why would he? But Tyler is going to find out, yeah, you done goofed. And this Gollum-looking motherfucker is going to learn very quickly he is a bitch, because you know he's going to be passed around for a carton of cigarettes like it's cool. He ended up pleading guilty to 1 count in Wichita of making a false report resulting in a death, 1 count of cyberstalking, and 1 count of conspiracy of a superseding indictment, more than likely conspiracy of making a false report resulting in a death. I don't know, it doesn't really tell us that. In the District of Columbia, he pled guilty to making hoax bomb threats in phone calls to the headquarters of the FBI and the FCC, or the Federal Communications Commission. So not only did he make sure that he's going to federal pound me in the ass prison, he decided to go all out and go after the FBI and the FCC. Why? Because that seems like a great freaking idea. In an age where the NSA has so much more pull and they're doing a lot more work in the United States to find terrorists, you decide to do that. That's a great idea, let me tell you. And in the Central District of California, he pled guilty to 46 counts, including making calls with false reports that bombs were planted at high schools, universities, shopping malls, and TV stations. He made the calls from Los Angeles, which gave the Central District of California jurisdiction to emergency numbers in Ohio, New Hampshire, Nevada, Massachusetts, Illinois, Utah, Virginia, Texas, Arizona, Missouri, Maine, Pennsylvania, New Mexico, New York, Michigan, Florida, and provinces in Canada. That's not all, though. His 2 co-defendants in the Wichita case, Casey Viner of Ohio and Shane Gaskill of Wichita, Kansas, are awaiting trial, and they are likely going to be tried for the same crimes in Kansas. I guarantee you, part of Tyler's plea bargain requires him to turn state's evidence. He's going to have to testify against both of them. So, he's going away for a while, and I'm okay with this. But that doesn't mean the threat is over. As we all know, swatting has been on the rise over the past few years. Many prolific and well-known YouTubers and streamers, both on Twitch and YouTube, have been the targets of this heinous act. It is absolutely amazing to me that people still don't understand that this is a dangerous action to take. But the people who do this are, generally speaking, psychopaths to begin with. They don't care. They want to see the handiwork. They want to see the effects of their handiwork. When Dr. Disrespect was shot at while on stream, it was because they wanted to be able to go back in the VOD and see his reaction to the fact that they had shot at his house where his kids were. Now, given it was BB guns, but that's not the point. People do this because they want to see the reaction. Tyler was no different. He showed no remorse when he was talking to Keemstar, and he shows no remorse now, I guarantee it. He's only upset that he was caught and he's facing 20 years in prison, which, by the way, enjoy it, don't drop the soap. I digress. He's going to be just a small part of the entire issue. And the real issue is the fact that these kids don't care. And it's not video games' fault. It's not Call of Duty's fault. It's not World of Warcraft's fault. It's lousy parenting to begin with. But beyond that, it's not instilling in these children that this is wrong. When you put somebody's life at stake like this, you are actively taking part in a possible murder. Now, the cop may get off scot-free, but you're putting that cop in the position where they're at a heightened state of alert. Their trigger finger's going to be a little more itchy than usual. But of course, some people aren't going to care. And the closer you get to 18, the more likely you are to be tried as an adult in such a situation. Sucks to be you, God forbid that it happens. You will find yourself in prison. Now, to YouTubers and Twitch streamers, I encourage you to get in contact with your police department. Even if you're a no-name YouTuber, there are people out there who like to swat no-name people because it still gets their name out. And if you go after a large YouTuber, there's a good chance they have a better idea of what to do, whereas a small YouTuber like myself, we may not know what to do. Get in contact with your police department. Inform them of what you're doing. Inform them of the fact that swatting is happening and that people like Tyler Barriss do exist. Take steps to protect yourselves and your families. For example, I'm on a wait list with my police department. You can't swat me. Every 6 months, I make sure that I call them and say, hey, just want to make sure that I'm good. And you know what? I'm good every time. You need to think smart. You need to play smart. You need to plan ahead. Don't put your families in jeopardy either, because there are people who will go after your family if they don't like you. I know this because one of the people who has wanted my personal information has said, swatting is a tool, families are not off limits. They will go after your family to get at you. Play it smart and play it safe, ladies and gentlemen. That is the best advice that anybody's going to give you. So I really hope, once again, this Gollum-looking motherfucker enjoys it in prison, because he ain't getting out anytime soon. Don't do this in the future, ladies and gentlemen. If you're thinking of doing it because you lost a game of Call of Duty, just don't. Don't put somebody's life in danger, because you might not swat the right person. It doesn't matter how good you think you are at finding out information and whatnot. The truth of the matter is that you probably don't have all the information you need in order to make such a call. And you put a lot more in danger and a lot more people's lives at risk than just that one guy that you are upset about. And in 30 minutes, you'll forget about him when you're playing another game.